Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into the weeds of dating and relationships.
Yeah, we're looking at a YouTube video, quite a direct one, called 17 Harsh Truths About Men I Wish More Women Knew. It's from the channel simonesquared.
Right. And look, that title is, well, it's designed to grab attention. But our goal isn't really about the drama.
No, not at all.
We want to actually unpack the ideas inside the video, see what insights are there about relationship dynamics.
Exactly. We're trying to pull out the useful stuff from what the creator observed. She mentions her own experiences, some data, though it's not specified what data, plus things she's heard from male friends dating, you know.
And she does say not all men, just a lot of men, which is important context.
Definitely keeps it grounded.
So yeah, the mission here is to find some actionable takeaways, things about understanding relationships, self-respect, maybe spotting potential, red flags.
But we're not endorsing it wholesale, right?
Yeah.
Just exploring the perspective.
Precisely, not taking sides. Okay, so let's dive in. The first big thing the video tackles is this whole idea of trying to be some guy's dream woman.
Yeah, and it pushes back against that straight away.
How so?
Well, it argues pretty strongly that you should focus on being your own dream woman first. Like, self-respect has to be the bedrock.
Okay.
The viewpoint shared is that often men value a bit of a challenge, you can say, and they respect women who clearly respect themselves.
So it connects self-respect to gaining respect from a partner.
Kind of. It touches on that maybe slightly awkward idea that if you seem too available or don't have clear boundaries, it might sort of lead to less respect.
Like how you value yourself sets the stage.
Exactly. It's about signaling, in a way, how you expect to be treated.
Interesting. Okay, then the video moves into rejection. Dating rejection. Oof.
Yeah, never fun. But the first point is actually quite comforting, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
It emphasizes that rejection is often more about the other person, their issues, their timing, whatever, not necessarily a reflection on you.
That's a good reminder. We tend to internalize it, don't we?
Totally. And the video also brings up self-sabotage. Like, someone might mess up a good thing because deep down they feel they don't deserve it.
Picking fights, creating distance. Yeah.
And then there's that classic line,
Oh, no. Which one?
"You deserve better than me."
Ah, yes. The video has a take on that.
Pretty blunt one. It suggests it could mean exactly what it says they know they can't or won't step up. Or maybe they're just not that into you.
Less flattering interpretation there.
Yeah, I bet. It also mentions some people reject first out of their own fear of rejection, an avoidance tactic.
Right, beat them to the punch.
Sort of. And then it gets really interesting. It actually warns against being too good.
Too good? Like, overqualified for the dating job?
That's exactly the analogy they use. Like being overqualified for a job. The idea is the other person might feel intimidated or think you'll just leave him eventually for someone better.
Wow, okay, that's counterintuitive.
It really is. It shows attraction isn't just logic, you know? These weird dynamics can pop up. Subconscious stuff, maybe.
Okay, so after rejection, the conversation shifts. It talks about the danger of being convenient.
Especially when it comes to, like, easy physical intimacy without a real connection.
Right. The warning is basically, don't settle for being just convenient.
Yeah. The video suggests someone might hang around just for easy sex, even if they don't actually like you that much, and then, poof, they're gone.
And it mentions that for some men, maybe sex is seen as a prize, and giving it up too easily might hinder deeper bonding.
It does bring that up, yeah. But it also quickly adds that every connection is different. It's not a hard and fast rule.
Good, because that could sound a bit old-fashioned otherwise.
For sure. The main point seems to be about awareness. Are things mutual? Is it respect? Or is it just easy access?
Got it. Which actually leads into the first story the creator shares.
Yes. The guy pursuing her while seeing someone else.
Right. And he lied about it. But the really weird part was how he described the other woman. She was apparently quite persistent, available.
And he called her a nuisance.
Exactly. Which is odd, right? If she was attractive and convenient, why nuisance?
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Was it the lack of challenge? Did her pursuing him actually turn him off somehow?
Maybe. It's a strange disconnect. Then there's story number 2.
The friend's story. About the guy the speaker herself had dated.
Yeah. Apparently this guy was seeing another woman and spoke about her really horribly, called her dumb as a rock.
Ugh, that's awful.
But he kept seeing her. Why? Convenience, affection, and he actually said he was basically edging himself with her, waiting to sleep with her to decide if he liked her.
Wow, just Wow, that shows such a fundamental lack of respect. It's quite shocking.
It really is. And the video ties this back to self-respect, saying if yours isn't solid, you might miss these massive red flags early on.
Or explain them away, rationalize them.
Which leads right into the idea of training men, not in a manipulative way, but
More about setting the standard, teaching people how you expect to be treated.
exactly, by how you treat yourself and the boundaries you hold.
The example used is the late-night booty call.
Right. If you always say yes to that, what message does that send? According to the video, anyway.
It suggests you're signaling your availability on those terms, maybe undermining your own value in that context. It really hammers home the importance of clear boundaries.
Okay, now for a potentially controversial one. The video claims that men actually settle more in relationships than women do.
Yeah, that one's likely to get some reactions. It's presented as an observation, maybe a provocative one.
What's the reasoning behind it?
The suggestion is that men might have less specific criteria sometimes.
Yeah.
Like pretty, maybe smart, might be enough for some, whereas women might have a more detailed list of emotional or practical needs.
And why would men stay if unfulfilled?
Comfort, maybe, and just not wanting to be the one to end things.
Inertia.
Inertia.
The video brings in the taxi cab theory here, too.
Right. The idea that a guy leaves a long, okay, but not great relationship.
And then, boom, marries someone else really quickly.
Yeah. Not necessarily because the new person is the one, but because he's now ready for that commitment. The timing is right for him.
So the readiness for partnership might outweigh the specific partner sometimes.
That's kind of the implication, yeah. That timing and just wanting a partner can be big drivers for some.
And this ties into divorce rates.
The video links settling to high divorce rates, arguing, ideally your life partner should be your dream person, not just comfortable.
It also contrasts how men and women might handle relationship dissatisfaction.
Suggesting men might compartmentalize unhappiness better, especially if physical needs are met.
While women might be more likely to leave over emotional dissatisfaction.
That's the generalization it makes. Obviously, it's broad, but it points to potentially different priorities or breaking points.
Okay. Then there's a bit about fragile egos.
How some men, maybe insecure ones, might seek validation by juggling multiple women. Ego boosts.
And they might get super defensive over small things.
Yeah, that need for external validation can make people touchy. It signals they probably can't handle real intimacy.
Which brings us to story number 3. This one's about the speaker herself.
The date where the guy touched her arm and she had a really strong negative reaction.
Yeah, like an involuntary, don't touch me. He was hurt, understandably. She acknowledged it was her boundary.
But what happened after is the interesting part.
Right. She sent a meme basically saying, no more dates. And his response.
He offered to set her up with someone clearly unsuitable. Then, after she replied, he just ghosted her.
Ouch. The analysis is that this was all about his bruised ego, right? Trying to regain some sense of control or superiority.
Seems like it. A defensive, kind of petty reaction to perceived rejection.
So, circling back, self-respect is attractive generally.
Yes, the video reiterates that. Boundaries, self-worth, usually good things.
BDT.
But narcissistic types, those with fragile egos, they might initially see that self-respect as a challenge, something to conquer.
And then they'll try to break it down.
Exactly. It's a game for them, not genuine attraction to a strong person. So it's a really important distinction. Healthy self-respect versus the kind that attracts manipulators.
Good point. The video also acknowledges men do want to feel needed and valued.
Yeah, it says it's okay to, lean on your partner a little bit, let them feel useful, needed.
But it's not a woman's job to constantly make her man feel like a man.
Absolutely not. If he doesn't have that inherent sense of self, you can't manufacture it for him.
Yeah.
That's taking on way too much emotional labor.
Definitely. Okay, changing gears slightly. Male gold digger.
Yeah, it actually brings that up. Shares stories of guys being upfront about liking a woman because she's rich.
So the advice is,
if you have money, make it clear early on you're not going to be a bank. Set those financial boundaries loud and clear.
Does it feel different when the woman is the higher earner? Like unique power dynamics?
That's a great question. I mean, the basic motive might be the same, seeking financial gain, but the social assumptions, the judgments, they could definitely play out differently. Society still has weird expectations around gender and money.
True. Okay, more practical stuff now. Reply times to texts or messages.
Yes. The video's take is pretty straightforward. Consistently slow, delayed replies usually means low interest.
Versus prompt replies when someone's genuinely keen.
Exactly. And mixed signals. The video basically says mixed signals are the signal,
Meaning.
meaning they're likely not interested enough. If they were, it would probably be clear. Stop trying to decode ambiguity.
Good advice. Then there's the person who keeps coming back. The ex, or the one who ghosted.
Right. Why do they reappear? The video suggests it's often for an ego boost.
Just checking if you're still on the hook, still available.
Very much. And the advice is generally, don't take them back in that scenario. Unless there's been real time, real accountability, a genuine effort to reconcile. Not just popping back up out of the blue. It has to be earned.
Makes sense. Relationships end for reasons, usually involving both people. Rising above ego is key for any real second chance.
Totally. Takes maturity from both sides.
Okay, nearly there. A final warning sign.
Early bad behavior.
Don't ignore it.
Nope. The video suggests it's likely to get worse, not better. Kind of a guilty until proven innocent approach to early red flags.
Pay attention to those initial signs. Don't hope they'll magically change.
Exactly. Trust what you see early on.
And the final thought from the video.
It's quite empowering, I think. What is meant for you will always be for you. You can't miss it.
A call to trust the process, maybe? Don't force things that aren't right?
Yeah. Discourages settling, encourages trusting that the right thing will align.
So wrapping up this deep dive, we've covered a lot from this one video. Those harsh truths.
Yeah. Key things like self-respect is non-negotiable. Understanding the weird dynamics of attraction and rejection.
Not getting stuck in relationships based purely on convenience.
The power of boundaries. And some, well, challenging ideas about why men might stay or leave relationships.
But again, it's vital to remember this is one perspective.
Absolutely. It's food for thought, not gospel. Use your own judgment. Trust your experiences.
Exactly. So maybe take a moment now, think about what we discussed. Did anything really land with you?
Have you seen similar things play out in your own life or friends?
Thinking about your relationships, past or present. Do any patterns emerge when you look through this lens?
It's always useful to reflect. That self-awareness, understanding these complex dynamics,
Yeah.
it really can help you navigate things better.
Well said. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We'll catch you next time.